All right, so today we're going to be writing an equation from a table, and this is going to be using the slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So the first one says the table shows the temperature of a fish tank during the experiment. Graph the data and find the slope and y-intercept from the graph, then write an equation for the graph in slope-intercept form. So let's zoom in so I can see the table more. And I know it does tell you to take this graph and plot it on, take the table and plot it on a graph. Personally, I like to find all my information from a table because it organizes the data for me a little bit easier. So I'm going to actually write the equation from this table. So first thing we need to do is we need to find our slope. So the way you find slope is you need to find the change of x and the change of y. So what I mean by change is the difference between these. So the difference between these is a plus 1. And the difference between these is a plus 2. Excuse me, no it's not. It's a minus 2. Because it's going down 2 every time. So then the change of y goes on top, which is a minus 2 over a plus 1 with change of x on the bottom. So negative 2 divided by positive 1 is negative 2. And that's your slope, your m. Now to find your b is wherever x is 0. So to find b, you need to figure where x is 0. When x is 0, the y value is your y-intercept. So my y-intercept is 82. So b equals 82. So my equation would be y is equal to negative 2x plus 82. All right, now you try one. So it says the table shows the volume of water released by Hoover Dam over a certain period of time. Graph the data and find the slope and y-intercept from the graph, and then write the equation for the graph in slope-intercept form. So all you do is take your points and plot them on here. So like 5 would be at 75, which is about right here. And then 10 would be 150, and so on. So we're going to find our slope from the graph, from the table. So this is x, this is y. So the change between x is positive 5, and the change between y is positive 75,000. So m would be 75,000 over 5, which equals 15,000. And that's your slope. So now I need to find my y-intercept. Well, this time I don't know where x is 0, but I've taught you in the past that we can follow this pattern. For every 5 I go up 75,000 on y. So if I go down 5 and make x 0, I go down 75,000 on y, and that happens to be 0 as well. So my b would be 0. So my equation would be y is equal to 15,000x plus 0. In other terms, y is equal to 15,000x. And since that means it's going through the origin, and since it's going through the origin, just to recap, it's a proportional relationship because it goes to the origin. All right, try another one. Elizabeth's cell phone plan lets her choose how many minutes are included in each month. The table shows the plan's monthly cost y for a given number of included minutes x. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent this situation. Okay, so let's zoom in. So the same idea. You have your x and your y, so you find the difference. So that's a plus 100. This is plus 6. So plus 6 goes on top over 100. You divide it, and you can divide it and make it a fraction, which would be 3/50ths, or you can divide it into a decimal, which would be 0.06. So that's my slope. Now I need to figure out where my x is 0 at. Well, I know for every 100 I go up 6 on y. So if I go down 100 on the x and get to 0, then I can go down 100. I can go down 6 on y and make that 8. So that means my y-intercept would be 8. So my equation would be y is equal to 0.06x plus 8. All right, now you try one. Number 4, a salesperson receives a weekly salary plus a commission for each computer sold. The table shows the total pay, P, and the number of computers sold, N. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent this situation. All right, well, this is still my x, and this is still my y. So x is going up by plus 2, and this is going up by plus 150. So 150 over 2 equals 75. So my slope is 75. So automatically C and D are wrong. Okay. So then to find my y-intercept, I know I can go down 2 and make x 2, and I go down 150 and make this 400. And a lot of people stopped here because we normally only have to go down x one time. But this is not the case. I have to go down another 2 and make that 0, and go down another 150 and make that 250. So B would be 250. So my equation would be y is equal to 75x plus 250. So the answer would be B. Number 5, to rent a van, a moving company charges a daily fee plus a fee per mile. The table shows the total cost C and the number of miles driven D. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent this situation. Okay, so this is your x and that's your y. So it goes up by 10 and it goes up by 5. So you have 5 over 10, which is 0.5 or 1/2. So then you need to find your y-intercept. So I go down 10, make that 0. I go down 5 and make that 40. So my B would be 40. So my equation would be y is equal to 0.5x plus 40. Answer C. All right. Thank you, guys.